So we moved into a van. Let's take a look around. This is our little outdoor space with a bit of shade and some seating. And this is where we dry our like washing up, because we haven't got enough space inside, so we put it out here. But it's a pretty small space from outside, which is good because it doesn't take up much room, but it's pretty spacious inside. So down here is where the electricity is plugged in, and where the wastewater comes out, the grey water, which we empty out every couple of days or so. So then as we go inside, this is the living area where we're working from here 2 days a week, and also this is obviously the sort of dining room where you can sort of have our meals and stuff, etc. Lots of storage on the top, which is what we're using currently for our sort of kitchen supplies and cooking materials. So we've got like pots and pans in here, more of that stuff in here, and all the sort of appliances like the blender and juice maker, etc. Just little other bits and things. Got a little bit of an electronics cupboard, and then some glasses, etc. And then these little shelves underneath that we're ramming full of stuff, including like a nice useful drawer with all sorts of miscellaneous items in it. We've got internet in here, which is pretty cool. So we've got like a really nice skylight, which is really big, which is different from a lot of the vans that we've seen before. And the internet guy just wired us up straight into here, so the cable is zip tied to the roof, comes through this window into this little box here, out of this vent, because we can close this up with like a bug screen if we open it up more. So then it comes out of this vent, it's sort of taped along the wall here and into the to the router there, which is pretty wicked. I mean, it's really fast internet, so that's pretty awesome. Then we've got our bathroom, which is a real sort of compact unit. It's like the sink straight above the toilet, and like the storage area at the top. We could also convert this into a shower if you want, turn that nozzle into like a shower head, because we do have some hot water in here, but we haven't done that yet, so we'll think about that in the future. Then over here's the kitchen, which is really small, one of the pain points really, but it's okay, you manage, you get used to it. So we've been just cooking sort of one pot meals. We've got this electric hob here, which is really useful. Plugs into this little plug up here, and then we just cook sort of one thing at a time, or like make coffee, etc. Under here is the sink, so we've got a little bucket in there, and then this tap gives us hot and cold water, which is cool. And then under here we have got some hobs, actually some like gas hobs, but we're not using them currently because we don't have a gas canister, and also we've been fine with this guy. So if we don't use gas, then it's better for us, better for the world. And then just your sort of more miscellaneous cooking things here, like the spices and salt and oil, etc., and sort of plates and things up here. Under here we've got the fridge, which is pretty small, but it serves its purpose really. Like it gets pretty cold, and it's got like a nice quite big freezer section up here, which we rammed full of things. But it works pretty well. People were saying that the fridges don't get very cold, but in actual fact we've had to turn it right down to that minimum setting because it's working really well. I guess because we're here for extended period of time, whereas if you're just camping, then maybe it takes a little while to cool down. It's got different settings. So currently we're plugged into the mains, so you can power it that way. You can power it off the battery, which means it's a little bit less powerful, and you can also power it with gas, which we're obviously not doing. And then here's the sort of power settings as well. And then in here we've got all our cutlery, etc., and some more sort of food storage down here. for all the snacks and breakfast cereals, etc., etc. And then this is the bed, which is really nice, like full size, well, almost full size bed. I guess we're both kind of semi-short people, so it fits us just fine. But maybe if you're a really tall person, it might not necessarily fit you so well. Put a little Japanese entranceway into here from Ghibli, giving a little character, which is nice. And then we've got a little library area with all our cooking books and some other sort of useful books, like self-sufficiency guides when we need to figure something out, or this cool book about outdoor structures, which is really really handy. And then in here is just all our clothes, so got like t-shirts, etc., and trousers, and then Marissa's stuff is over there. And then some more clothes in here. Like this is like a big sort of cupboard where you can hang all sorts of stuff, which is pretty cool. Gives us quite a lot of space. Yeah, and then there's also like a heater which we haven't used yet because it's been pretty mild, the weather. But yeah, it's been pretty good. The great thing about this van is how many windows it has. Like just these huge, like nice windows that look out across the land in all sorts of angles. So Marissa's over there getting some work done, and I'm in here just filming, as always. But yeah, it's really great to sit here during the day and get doing some work, but being able to look out across the forest is really nice. So yeah, that's the van. We're pretty excited about being here, which is nice because it means we can be on the land itself, like permanently. And then the work is going to get going on the house pretty soon, so then we can be here to kind of supervise that as well. There's some things to get used to, like the water situation. You know, we have to fill up sort of water cans, which I can show you outside. Every time that empties, you have to kind of go through a bit of a spiel to fill it up again. So it's over there, these sort of big water cans, and then in here is like a sort of smaller tank that's maybe like 20 litres, I think. And this one's maybe bigger, like 50 litres or something like that. But yeah, it's a little bit of a pain to have to do that every now and then, but it makes you realise how much water you're using. It makes you be quite careful with it, which is a good thing in a way. Yeah, so now I'm going to get on with some work because Marissa is probably tired of me filming things.